Welcome.
Okay, good. If anyone's in from the top
Yeah, I see.
team,
I see the team here. Click login. I see Sam.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yo, what's up? What's up? Just doing a voice check.
Yeah, you're coming through great. Yeah.
Nice.
Joshua's in. Hi, Joshua. How's it going? Ranchu, is he part of the team as well, guys? Ranchu?
No, he's just a.
Oh.
No, he's just part of the. Yeah, fair.
Fair enough.
Oh, we got Michael in, I think. There we go. I muted him.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I need to. I muted Sam then with the logo and it's Ranchu. I needed to mute. Sorry about that, Sam.
No, it's all good. I'll be doing most of the talking anyway. Being the main dev and CEO, so.
Okay, awesome. So if you guys are ready, I can start the recording and introduce you. We can go into the Top Dog team project.
You sure you're ready?
Okay, is everybody ready? Or...
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
All right, great. Welcome to the Wellcoin Talk community. I'm Glenn, your host. Today we have joining us Top Dog. Here to speak about the project is Sam and Josh. We'll be going into the project details shortly, but first, can you introduce yourselves with your background and experience, guys? That'd be great.
Yeah, sure. So, I'll go first and introduce the team. So currently we have 4 core members. Myself, I'm the developer. Michael, the chief technical and technology officer. Joshua, the chief marketing officer, and Tyler, the chief community officer. So my background, I'm the main dev. I'm originated from Australia. I've dedicated a lot of my time to crypto since 2018. I'm a actual engineer by trade with a high ability for solidity programming. I have high experience in the crypto space as well, and it gives me the ability to problem solve when I find an issue. So that's sort of my background. I've been and seen the whole crypto develop since 2018. Actually, since a teenager, but I only started actively doing it when I was in my adulthood. I'm currently 37, so yeah, I've been around it a little bit. So we got Michael as well. He's a technical officer. He also is from Australia, so we coordinate heavily together. He's also in the engineering space, and he enjoys troubleshooting. He's been in the crypto space just as long as I have. We've sort of known each other for that amount of time, since back in 2018. So we have a pretty tight bond. And Joshua, our chief marketing officer, he's from Singapore. We met him along the way in our crypto journey. He's been in crypto since 2017. He's embraces the Web 3.0 stuff and understands that better than me. And also, he's along the way he's built some reputable development teams that he can call upon when he finds issues and people. And we also have Tyler. He's been in crypto for 4 years, so it's 2018 as well. He's worked on bigger projects, and he's our community officer. So he does all the communications and community involvement in that. So that's 4 of us, the main team. We do have some other people in the background, obviously from moderators of the chat and things like that. And when we get further into it, we can discuss who else we utilize. Yeah, so that's us. So we actually come together and started the Top Dog theme back in August 2022. So what we decided to do was create a token called Top Dog. and we have a slogan called "The One to Rule Them All." So we're pretty excited about that because we believe we can hit the moon with this project. So we strategically sat down. Being engineers, I like numbers, and we just worked out we looked at other projects, how I think they were going, and how we could utilize our project to best to meet the investors and ensure that we've got longevity. So we did choose some strategically chosen tokenomics, which is incorporated heavily into the contract, and not a lot is manually driven. So it's basically nearly all automatic. I mean, we can override it, like override the taxes and things if we need to, but we don't want to do that. We believe we've set the taxes up to be able to be a long-term. So I can go into the tokenomics, which is everybody, one of the things that everybody looks at. It's 3%. So we've got 6% buy and then a 6% sell. So we're utilizing half of that, 3%, for marketing. And then we've got 1% BTC rewards. We chose BTC purely because we're like Bitcoin's in a bit of a bear market, and new people are coming in, and they're like, oh, I want to get some Bitcoin, because when you talk crypto to a normal person that doesn't really understand crypto, they go, oh, that Bitcoin thing. So we chose Bitcoin for that reason. So that because it's, for us, it's the top dog of crypto. So we've gone with that line. So also that's 4%, and then we've got 1% for liquidity. And also that which strengthens the liquidity pool, obviously, and then 1% buyback, and that is an automated function. So the reason why we did a 1% automated buyback function is for the 1% BTC rewards, because we've analyzed a lot of reward tokens before, and when you get a 3, 4, I've seen up to like an 11% reward token. Obviously, it's crazy. It's giving you rewards for such a high percentage. So the 1% BTC rewards and the 1% buyback counteract each other, if that makes sense. So the token and the chart stabilizes better. So the actual holders are still getting Bitcoin rewards. If somebody sells off a little bit of their bag, the chart will go down a little bit, but then you've got that 1% buyback to push it back up. Does that make sense?
Okay, Sam. Yeah, it does. Yeah. And how does the Bitcoin rewards work? Is it like every 24 hours or weekly? Or how does it work for investors?
So is it a 24-hour dump or no? It's, so as long as you're holding Bitcoin in your wallet. as long as you're holding Top Dog in your wallet.
The Bitcoin rewards, how does it work? Is it like hourly or daily or weekly? Where you
get sure. Yeah, of course. So in the contract, it's automatic. Once it hits a specific threshold, so it's like the rewards are pooled, so they'll go into a threshold pool, and then once that pool fills up, it will then distribute to the holders. So depending on, obviously, the volume, the more volume, the more Bitcoin rewards you will receive, and the more Top Dog token you hold, the more Bitcoin you will receive. So if you hold like 1%, you're in the 1% club of Top Dog, you will get 1% of the 1% Bitcoin reward in that pool. And it's paid automatically based on how quick that pool gets filled up.
And you've got the K9 sniffer for the first few weeks of launch. How's the K9 sniffer bot work and sort of interact with the contract?
Yeah, sure. So we've got two bots. One's a K9 sniffer bot, and the other one is a K9 buy bot. So the sniffer bot doesn't interact with the contract as such. It can operate with a lot of contracts. So the K9 sniffer bot is to allow early entry for projects and to give everybody who holds Top Dog the ability to see a new token and have all the data in one spot. So for instance, if they want to know the contract address, the creation time, token name, token ticker, create a wallet, token supply, the Telegram, the website, buy and sell, fees, and then I don't know if you've seen on the Pink Sale, or even if you went to our Pink Sale, there's actually a quick little audit at the bottom of that that's automated. It's usually done by like Block Safe Audit or something. We will have something very similar to that. It won't be a full audit like getting a third party to do it, but it will be an overview of the contract to see any major flaws. So that's not financial advice. However, it's a quick look at the token contract at a ensure there's like no major bugs in the contract, like minting functions and things like that, that can really damage holders. So that's part of, yeah. So there's a lot of things that this canine sniffer bot's going to do, but then we've got the canine buy bot, which is something that we're going to implement first. So the canine buy bot is similar to Bobby Buybot. However, it's got a lot more functions than that. For instance, you'll be able to see the person who purchased the token, how many, not a specific how many BNB they have, but it'll be like a specific ranking of, are they a whale or are they a shark or something like that. You will actually give you that detail. And also if somebody like cheats on it, has been cheating on several projects, it can actually look at that as well. So there's going to give them a lot more information than the current Bobby Buybot does. However, what we want to do, or sorry, what we are doing with that bot is, I'm calling it a canine buy bot, and it will have a little advertisement on there that people can buy a specific spot on, and then those revenue, the funds from that, will actually buy the Top Dog token, and then we'll burn it, and we'll like let the whole community know that's a burn's coming. We've just been running a marketing campaign on the specific token, and then we've got paid, say, a BNB for a day or half a day, and then we will buy those Top Dog tokens back and then burn them, and that's how we will sustain the longevity of the project. Because once, like this buy bot's endless, the biggest buy bots and things like that. Last buy bot, they currently are a little bit broken. We found like looking at different tokens that have utilized them. So we're looking to revolutionize that space as well. So the canine buy bot is we're trying to revolutionize to be the buy bot with a lot of information, and also have the other functions attached to that, just to get our name and awareness out there. It's a big marketing thing for us, and awareness, that it's going to be always in people's face that this canine buy bot, what is that? And people will be talking about it, and it will lead back to Top Dog, but its main function is that marketing strategy to buy back the Top Dog token and burn it.
So yeah, it's a cool idea. I mean, I don't know what the sort of market space is with the Bobby Buybot, but it seems to be everywhere over Telegram space, and what sort of revenue you could be bringing in the future. And then you're saying from the profit, some of it will be like used for buyback and burn and marketing in the future. And what sort of stage are we at with the Buybot? Is it launched or beta testing?
Yeah, currently we're looking at, we've got some concepts which we have actually looked through, and it's still under development. It's probably 1 to 2 weeks away before its full release. So yeah, it's in early development at the moment. Yeah, so that's it's not like ready right now as soon as we launch or anything. It's actually under development between 1 and 2 weeks. That's to create momentum as well in the project, because a lot of these projects that I've seen, even if they're a really good project, they die off within, some die off within hours, but others that have got a little bit of potential can die off pretty quickly. So we've got a staged approach to bring out utilities to ensure the longevity of this project, because we've got the liquidity lock for 365 days. So we need to sustain that ecosystem.
And you've had a solid proof audit, and I think in phase 4, I was looking on the white paper, you're looking to have a CertiK audit as well in the future.
Look, once we get to a specific market cap, of course. So yes, we have done a solid proof, and we've got the certificate for the KYC. That's why we got the tick on Presale, and also we have had an audit. And in that audit, if for everybody that hasn't read it or whatever, there's the only thing that they gave us a little bit down mark on was with an X for the overview, was the ownership is not renounced. And because once you renounce the ownership, it just doesn't allow us to go to and expand for the future to get more exposure, really. So that's why we're not really renouncing the contract, because of KYC, so there's no point. But all the other things, like there's no critical issues and lots of things. The maximum percentage tax we can change it to is 20% buy combined and 20% sell combined. But there's no way we would need to change the taxes in the near future at all. The only thing what we would do is when we actually release some utility and we starting to boost marketing from other avenues, once we get that revenue in, we can actually reduce those taxes. And to answer the question about the CertiK audit, for sure, like once we hit that specific market cap, we can definitely get that CertiK audit.
Great, Sam. And what's the meme aspect around Top Dog? It looks really cool to, build up the community and go out there shilling and go onto Twitter and all the social media, expanding around the meme theme on Top Dog.
100%. So we went through a lot of different themes, like a realistic type theme, and then a dog theme, like a realistic dog. And then I was like, no. The tokens that actually do well are the ones that are attractive, that are very memeable. And this is a very memeable token because it's got the whole the Top Gun theme, but you can put him because he's a pilot, right? So he's going to fly, right? And he's like fly to the moon. So it's got like, we have Twitter, we've got Facebook, we've got obviously Telegram, and we've got GitHub and things like that. Yeah, so we're definitely going to keep expanding on the socials, for sure. And like, and NFTs, like this token is so memeable. It's actually like, yeah, quite cute, but yeah, it's
awesome,
definitely trend.
So yeah, are you planning like an NFT series around Top Dog in the future as well?
Oh, that's 100% correct. Yes. So that's one of the last things. Like, well, not one of the last things we will incorporate as we develop these other utilities, because we've got 4 main utilities on this token. So we've got the rewards, which is just automatic. So we've just explained on Bitcoin. We've got the Canine Sniffer bot, and we've got the Canine Buy bot, which gives us massive awareness of partnerships. And then we've got the NFTs, which actually gives us big awareness on other spaces as well. So the NFTs, we will employ a professional artist and also get the community to incorporate into a marketplace, and that can be purchased with Top Dog tokens. So for sure, like NFTs are, everyone loves an NFT. This Top Dog's definitely one for NFTs. So yes, that's why we put it into utilities.
Cool. So, and how can investors get involved? Are we at the pre-sale stage? Is it going to be a fair launch? Or is there whitelist spots to win for the Top Dog launch?
Yeah, sure. So there's no whitelist spots. I don't think whitelist is really required. So we've got a pre-sale on Pink Finance. It's going to be live in 10 minutes and 40 seconds right now. The hard cap is 50 BNB. The soft cap is 25 BNB, I believe. Yep. And we're starting market cap's going to be about 23 grand, 23,000. So there's plenty of space to actually, for investors to hold and, see us grow from the ground up. So I've been in a previous project. I wasn't the developer or the CEO, but we pushed a token from $600 to 260,000. So look, it basically had just some normal utility. It didn't have anything like this. So we believe we can go a lot further than that token did with this. We do have some, what can I say, some milestones we like to hit. And then once we hit those milestones, there'll be certain things that are released on top of the utility, like, for instance, self-hold docs, and things like that. So
yeah, I've just posted the Presale link into the main chat there. If anyone wants to check that out, and the website and the socials are available in there as well. And what's the marketing plans after launch? What's planned around the marketing, say, for the first quarter?
Yeah, for the first month, obviously, we need to get our awareness out there. So we do have a marketing strategy. Basically, build some partnerships, which we're continually doing. We've actually got another partnership AMA thing in the next probably hour. I won't say anything more about that. But, we've also got Twitter that we can start utilizing, and we can get the community involved with meme competitions to get that across all of the socials as well. We can look at search engine optimization, which is a, everyone types in top dog or top gun or something, and hopefully we can get that cryptocurrency token to the top of that search. That's the search engine optimization through Google, and also some influencers to actually start taking hold and spreading the top dog news.
See, Sam, let's open it up to community investor questions. Let's see,
Sure.
Syed, you had a question for Top Dog here for Sam. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. Okay, so you mentioned that you will be launching your your own NFT collection. So I was wondering, what will be the utility of these NFTs, and will these NFTs also be going to used in any P2E game in future?
Is there any play to earn game in the future? Well, look, we definitely can look at that, and we can implement a play to earn game because of I don't know if you've seen the top dog. If you've seen our website, there's a top dog sitting on an airplane. So that's a very, very easy concept to implement in a play to earn game. However, the NFTs will be collectibles for now, but we can incorporate the NFTs into some type of utility. We can, and we however, we are focusing on other things at the moment. NFTs are good, but we're focusing on the canine buy bots, the canine sniffer bots, and the NFTs will be released in parallel with those. But the utility for the NFTs and the play to earn game, if we decide as a community we need it, won't be the first point of call. We've got a bit of a roadmap, a strategic roadmap we've got to stick to ensure that we deliver things strategically on time.
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, so on your roadmap in phase 4, it's mentioned that you will be developing a network bridge. So I want to know that to which blockchain will you be creating bridge to? And recently we have seen a lot of bridge exploits. So how will be your bridge more secure?
Yeah, sure. So once we hit that phase 4, we can move across to Ethereum. That'll be our first point of call, and then we can move to Crow and Doge chain or something if we want to go down that memeable concept. And we've got Milk and Media as well, which we can go to. But our first bridge will be Ethereum for sure, just to get those. I'll be honest with you, get those American investors involved in this and really take hold and run it from there.
Okay, understood. Thank you so much for answering. Over to you, Glenn.
Syed, let's move to Aisha. You had a question for Top Dog. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. So I've read on your white paper that you have K9 sniffer bot, which will show early contract notification, liquidity injection, and liquidity lock information. And you also have K9 buy bot. I want to know, is your own team developing K9 sniffer bot and K9 buy bot, or you are using any white label third-party bots?
No, so these will be new bots, brand new bots. So We're not using another bot and just copy paste. That'll be new.
Understood. I was also wondering, will you be buying Binance-backed Bitcoin by selling your native token, and will it not going to affect the chart of native token?
So if I sell, sorry, come again? I wasn't quite sure what you said.
Yeah, sure. Will you be buying Binance-backed Bitcoin by selling your native token, and will it not going to affect the chart of native token?
Oh yeah, okay. So what you're talking about is the 1% rewards for all the holders, yeah? So
Yes.
the 1% of Bitcoin for all holders is counteracted by the 1% buyback. So we'll have a healthy chart. So we have a 1% Bitcoin reward and we have a 1% buyback that's automatic in the contract. So we don't do the buybacks manually that a lot of tokens do. We can manually do buybacks like with other wallets, which I'm not going to say we will or won't, but most tokens need to do that to sustain the healthy chart. But for your specific question of will the Bitcoin actually ruin the chart, we've got the 1% buyback in the contract that is automatic and not manual. So no one has to sit there buying it back. That will counteract that 1%. So we've got 1% in the buyback and 1% in the Bitcoin reward. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you. Thank you for answering.
Yeah, no, perfect, because I did say before that I have seen a lot of reward tokens that get ruined because they've got a 5 or 6% reward, but they just get ruined. So
Let's move on to Western Beast. Thanks for the question, Aisha. Western Beast, you had a question for Top Dog. Go ahead.
Thanks, Glenn. Okay, so I was going through your Telegram and I saw one of your pinned messages where you closed your current pre-sale pool because you intended to set a lower hard cap to increase buy pressure. I wanted to ask him what events triggered this move because it sounds like would I say a desperate or a desperate reaction?
yeah, sure. So we got together as a team. We had another AMA, and it wasn't just a quick decision. We actually had a meeting about it. We decided to lower the hard cap to allow for more community involvement and to also allow for a chart that actually moves from the ground up. So if it was going to start at around a $64,000 market cap. We believe that if we brought that back, so we're now starting at a $23,000 market cap, it'll give people more ability to get those gains and hold and get those rewards so you can bring that extra volume because you get more buying pressure at the start. Does that make sense? So we're going to have more people buying in the at the initial launch of the token. Instead of having a high hard cap, which we did before, which is 130 BNB, we've reduced it back to 50 BNB to incentivize that push at the very start of the launch, and also for the volume and those rewards to come in and the buyback functions to operate and things like that. So just
Right,
another
right.
thing on the buyback. Sorry, I just haven't covered this part completely. So everyone would be like, okay, there's a buyback function. So okay, it's buying the tokens back, but what happens to those tokens, right? It's like, oh, so then is it just going to dump? It's like, no. So once in the contract, once that token is purchased from the buyback, it then burns the tokens, right? Automatically. We don't touch it. It just burns them automatically. So you
So
can't use them.
it's clear now. I think I understand it because I was actually wondering what actually triggered it, but now that you explained it, I think it's completely clear. And my next question was about the buyback, but you've also answered that too. Okay, my final question, I was going through your smart contract audits, and one of the red flags there that it said that your contract can be manipulated by lower functions. This means you can actually change certain aspects of your contracts. Should the investors be worried about this?
Oh, sorry, mate. You talked mega fast, buddy. Sorry, you're gonna have to say that slow. Sorry.
Sorry about that. Okay, so I was going through your white paper, and I
Yeah.
actually was going through your audit contracts, And one of the red flags there was that your contracts could be manipulated by owner functions. And from the description, they said that you could actually modify some certain parts of your contract and create new or controls or modify the controls already existing. Should the investors be worried about this?
I don't know where you're reading that from, but the only thing we can basically change is the tax. And there's a limit, a threshold on that tax of 20%. We don't have any medium or critical warnings at all. So what you're saying, look, I'm happy to take it offline, but I don't think it's correct because we've got no warnings on our audit at all. The only one we have, which I will agree with, is the ownership is not renounced.
That's the exact one I was actually talking about. So
so the ownership it says the ownership is okay. Let's just get this clear then. So the ownership is not renounced. The reason why you don't renounce an ownership is because if you want to go into exchanges and things like that, you can't. And if you want to change taxes, you can't do it, and you've got no team that will uphold a contract if it's renounced. Why would they do it unless they're holding up? What's their incentive? If it's the contract's renounced, they can't do anything. So I'm just letting you know that our pre-sale is now live as well. But yeah, thank you for the questions. But yeah, please, it's the only thing you said was the ownership was renounced, and we will not be changing that.
It's a wonderful project. Thank you for answering my questions. A lot of things are actually clearer now. If I have any other questions, I'll be dropping them in your socials. I'm wishing the Top Dog project the best, and I hope you guys stay bullish moonward. Over to you, Glenn.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for the questions, Weston. We're running out of time now, but yeah, it's been great speaking to Sam from Top Dog today. Maybe you can give us a recap for anyone that's joined the AMA in the second half and missed the first part of the AMA. Just tell us all about the Top Dog project again.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Ben. So we have a pre-sale live right now. The Top Dog token is a token with several utilities. We've got a canine sniffer bot for early contract awareness and to give information to investors in one position or one spot. We have a canine buy bot which will give us massive marketing and awareness across all of the crypto space. We also have NFTs. We have a tokenomic of 6% buy and 6% sell. 3% of that goes to marketing, 1% goes to Bitcoin rewards, 1% goes to buybacks to stop the chart from dumping. So the 1% Bitcoin reward is counteracted by the 1% buyback, so they counteract each other. And then we've got 1% liquidity. So the longer you hold, the more Bitcoin rewards you will get. Our marketing strategy, we've got a lot of, because this is a very memeable token, we can cover the Twitter space, Instagram, Reddit, do search engine optimization, get some influencer marketing, continue work on Telegram, do AMAs continually work with the community by holding events and competitions. So yeah, we've got a website up. We've been audited, we've KYC'd, and yeah, the pre-sale is live right now, and yeah, let's get it going.
Awesome, Sam. It's been great speaking to you today from Top Dog. I'm looking forward to the pre-sale, and is the launch 24 hours after the pre-sale, and how long's the pre-sale on for?
So the pre-sale's got 23 hours and 56 minutes left.
And as we always say, welcome to Thoughts for research and educational purposes. It's not financial advice, but you can check out the website, the white paper, and the official socials. That's what we recommend for our community investors. Do your research, and if you like what you see, there is a link there to the pre-sale that's just started now. So yeah, do your research first. Maybe go into the socials, have a chat with the team if you've got any questions after the AMA, and then if you want to participate, yeah, the pre-sales are in our main chat. Thank you very much for coming today, Sam. It's been great talking to you.
No worries, thank you.
Okay, I'll finish the record and send over a copy for you to share with your community, and I'll send that into our main chat for anyone who couldn't join the call today.
No worries. Thanks, Glenn. Thanks for Whale Talk for having us. It's been a pleasure.
And take care.